Okay, I have to start recording. Even though there's not a Bible in sight, it's just we need to... Some things I just need to start recording for you kids. Just to...
I looked over Jordan and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home.
Record it for posterity. Is that the phrase? I think that's the phrase. So today, was it January 20th? Regular day. It's a Thursday, so I pick you guys up at school, and I pick you guys up after school. Thursdays the days I pick you up. Mondays and Thursdays, and so today me and the entrepreneur rode bikes to her school. It was really foggy, and you had a ball. You were so excited, and you kept saying there were icicles on your eyelashes. There weren't. There was just, but it was so wet outside, so misty, that there are like little dewdrops on your eyes when we finally got there. And I believe there were ice crystals on your gloves, but it was a really cool bike ride. But after school, and this is one of the few times we let you ride your bike home, which you did great. I'm just stressing out, just tracking your phone on my phone app. Every like 40 feet, it'll show where you are. But when I was picking you guys up, I pick up the Spy in his after school class. He has after school club. And this club is there because kindergarten isn't all day. Kindergarten ends at 1:50 or 12:50, depending on whether you're in class A or class B. And I think you're in class A. So you've been in this class since 12:50. I pick up, 2 hours later. You're just hanging out. And when I walked up on the class, because it's in the kindergarten yard, it's fenced off, but you can see it from the street. All you were doing was the Spy, the youngest. You were hanging around this little girl. Well, I'm not going to say her name just for anonymity. That'd be inappropriate. But you were just standing next to her. You guys were just talking, and I signed you out, and you came running out and said, "Hey, I got to go get something for her." I was like, "What?" I was like, "Okay, fine, just go." You just kept saying, "No, I got to go get something. I got to go get something." It's like, "Fine, just go. Just stop bothering me." That's how I felt, So you ran around the corner, around the auditorium where they do all the events, like assemblies and lunch and stuff like that. It's called the MPR or something, the multi-purpose room. And I was like walking around, and I was thinking, what is he doing? So I have your backpack, I have your water bottle, and I see you're looking around on the ground. I was like, oh my God. And I figured it out almost immediately. I was very proud of myself. You were looking for flowers, you sweetheart. You were looking for flowers to give to this little girl. And you're like, I gotta find flowers. I gotta find flowers for her. And come to find out, I started talking to you a little bit afterwards, and I just dropped you off at gymnastics right now. And you were saying how you and this little girl were trying to figure out how to do a play date at another school, the playground, which was really nice. And you and her decided that I was going to make you guys peanut butter and jelly sandwiches during this play date. I'm just moving some stuff around the car. That's all that ambient noise. So I'm already involved. I guess I'm the caterer to this love affair. And you found a bunch of little flowers, like little daisies, or not daisies, but like in the weeds they could sprout flowers, and found a bunch of those. You ran over, you gave it to her, and I took photos of it all. And then I saw her walking away like glowing because she had like flowers, and then you got more flowers for her, and I was like, pal, I think quit while you're ahead. And you gave them to like the teacher. He's like, please, and you said, please give this to her. There's more. I found more flowers for her. So anyways, that was very adorable. And I had to state that. So it was great. It was great. I'm telling more and more people about this podcast, which is worrisome. So I really don't want you guys to find out about it until you're older. So I gotta close my mouth about it. Anyways, just heading back home the entrepreneur will be going to the gymnastics place that the spy is at, because the owner of the place, her name is Gigi. I mean, that's what everybody calls her. Yeah, I think I call her that too. I think her name's Ginger, but... So, Gigi asked if the entrepreneur could, work at her gymnastics studio. And so, you've been doing that, but I don't think she's paying you. I think it's just volunteer. So, which I don't care. The entrepreneur really loves going there. You did it once last Saturday, so I don't know if you're going to do it again this Saturday or not. But this Saturday, I am going hiking. One of my very good friends, who's a philosophy professor, for his birthday every year, he does a 22-mile hike from a place in the East Bay, through the East Bay Hills, to a brewery 22, 23 miles away. It's a hike, and halfway through the hike last time, I stopped, because I got a 102, 103 degree fever. And so I just said, hey, I gotta stop. I can't do this anymore. And he was like, oh, my friend was like, why? And there's a bunch of other people there. I was like, I cannot go any further. And I could push my body pretty well, but I hiked about 10 or 12 miles, and then I was done. But I'm going to redeem myself this Saturday. And you're probably asking me, you're probably wondering, I wonder if Dad is just walking more, or maybe stretching more, or like getting in better shape, eating better just for this hike. And the answer is absolutely not. None of that is happening. But I did have a cold a few weeks ago, so I don't think I'm going to get sick again. I wasn't feeling the best last time, and as memory serves me, I believe I was drinking a bunch of Mountain Dews and Snickers the whole time. So maybe not do that this time. We'll see. But I'm going to prevail. Whew. Anyways, just a few minutes. I just want to talk to you kids about some just amazing memories. This is the whole point of being a parent, aside from training you up to be adults. I mean, not the whole point, but this is the best part of being a parent. These cute memories that I will never forget. I'll be on my deathbed, and it's going to cross my mind, the spy getting flowers for his little friend. So I'm going to pause it now. I'm just parking, and I got to make dinner, and I'm not going to be reading anything just yet. But saying that, I will see you guys soon. I think we're going to be reading Joshua 12 through 15. I think that's a good chunk. Joshua really was the man. And, I noticed that from just the way Scripture details him. And, Joshua and Israel, they mention, destroyed these people. Joshua and Israel destroyed these people, or conquered these people. So Moses chose right, and God ordained it. It's a pretty powerful statement Joshua is making, and he's giving all the glory to God. That's important. Paul says later on, it's faith. It's a salvation by faith, not by works. So you don't have to boast. We're going to unpack that one day. Maybe in a few months when we get through. We go through 1st or 2nd Corinthians. That's where I think he said it. So, love you, and we're going to start talking soon, but I got to hit pause right now. All right, I'm back. I'm actually back in my office. It's like 5 a.m. It's like really, really early, and I couldn't sleep, and then all these kids started coming into our bedroom, which also wasn't helpful. It was cute, but not helpful to me getting back to sleep. So the child number 3, the king, he came into our bed, and then child number 2 came in a little bit later and then wedged himself between me and child 3. And then half hour later, we got in child number 4, who rarely comes to our bed. I shouldn't say never. He rarely comes to our bed. Came into our bed and was just cuddling with me, which he almost never does. And he was just cuddling there. It was cute. But I was just holding him, and I kissed him on the forehead, and I think it woke him up, and I was like, oh, sorry. And I didn't think you were awake, and you just whispered, it's okay. And then you started giggling for like 30 seconds. It's like, oh my gosh, it's probably a good sign for me to leave, because I'm going to keep you up by just holding you and kissing you on the forehead. So, I decided to walk to the office. I'm just making coffee on my Keurig. Oh, gosh. I have to send some Discovery out today. And I would typically just record and then walk home, but I decided to substitute teach at your kid's school today to help a teacher out who is on paternity leave, which is exciting for him, first child. Very good teacher. He never assigned homework to when he taught our namesake last year during the year of hell. The year we did nothing but distance learning until the very end, where it was a very complicated schedule, which I still don't understand. But coffee's brewing. Let's get into chapter 12, Joshua. Let's see. Shut up my nose first. Where's my tissue? Pause. This is not good. Right. And there will be pauses in this podcast to walk and get my coffee and all that. So, chapter 12. Now these are the kings of the land whom the people of Israel defeated and took possession of their land beyond the Jordan, toward the sunrise from the valley of the Arnon to Mount Hermon, with all the Arabah eastward. Sihon, king of the Amorites, who lived at Heshbon and ruled over Aroer, which is on the edge of the valley of the Arnon and from the middle of the valley, as far as the river Jabbok and the boundary of the Ammonites. This is half of Gilead and the Arabah to the sea of Chinneroth, eastward in the direction of Beth Jeshemoth. Sea of the Arabah, the Salt Sea, southward to the foot of the slopes of Pisgah, and Og, king of Bashan, one of the remnant of the Rephaim, who lived at Ashtaroth and at Edrei, and ruled over Mount Hermon and Salakah, and all Bashan, to the boundary of the Geshurites, Maccathites, and over half Gilead, to the boundary of Sihon, king of Heshbon. Moses, the servant of the Lord, and the people of Israel defeated them, and Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave their land for possession to the Reubenites and the Gadites and the half-tribe of Manasseh. The coffee is done. Let's go get it. What are you guys are doing during your day? I wonder how you guys sleep. Hopefully you guys sleep pretty well, better than me. Right. Using the mug that we got in Zapotláneo, the town that your great-grandfather was born in Jalisco, Mexico. Oh, your mom just texted me. Where are you? Let's see. I said the office, and your mom just said K. And I said couldn't sleep, and I hope that didn't wake her up more. But she was kind of snoring, and sadly enough, I'm the one that snores terribly until I had my nose surgery last year. But okay, in a way, like the next, just kind of feels like I'm reading numbers again, but I'm not. Okay, continuing. And these are the kings of the land whom Joshua and the people of Israel defeated on the west side of the Jordan. And I apologize, children, because I'm not going to pronounce these right. From Baal-Gad in the valley of Lebanon to Mount Halak, that rises towards Seir, and Joshua gave their land to the tribes of Israel as a possession according to their allotments. In the hill country, in the lowland, in the Arabah, in the slopes, in the wilderness, and in Negeb, the land of the Hittites, the Amorites, and the Canaanites, the Perizzites, and Hivites, and the Jebusites. The king of Jericho, 1. The king of Ai, which is beside Bethel, 1. The king of Jerusalem, 1. The king of Hebron, 1. The king of Jarmuth, 1. The king of Lachish, 1. The king of Eglon, 1. The king of Gezer, 1. The king of Debir, 1. And the king of Geder, 1. The king of Hormah, 1. The king of Arad, 1. The king of Libnah, 1. The king of Adullam, 1. And the king of Makkedah, 1. The king of Bethel, 1. The king of Tappuah, 1. The king of Hepher, 1. The king of Aphek, 1. The king of Lasharon, 1. The king of Medan, 1. The king of Hazor, 1. The king of Shimron Meron, 1. The king of Akshaph, 1. The king of Tanakh, 1. The king of Megiddo, 1. These names sound familiar. The king of Kedesh, 1. The king of Jokneam in Carmel, 1. The king of Dor in Naphath, Dor, 1. The king of Goim in Galilee, 1. The king of Tirzah, 1. In all, 31 kings. Oh, and that's chapter 12. I wanted to say, no, I guess it doesn't matter. Your mom just texted me. I'm sorry you couldn't sleep. Your mom's a sweetheart. Chapter 13. Now Joshua was old and advanced in years, and the Lord said to him, You are old and advanced in years, and there remains yet very much land to possess. This is the land that yet remains, all the regions of the Philistines, and all those of the Geshurites, from the Shur, which is east of Egypt, northward to the boundary of Ekron. It is counted as Canaanite. There are 5 rulers of the Philistines, those of Gaza, Ashdod, Ashkelon, Gath, and Ekron, and those of the Avim in the south, all the land of the Canaanites, and Mira, that belonged to the Sidonians, to Aphek, to the boundary of the Amorites, the land of the Gebalites, and all Lebanon, toward the sunrise, from Baal-Gad below, Mount Hermon to Lebo Hamath, all the inhabitants of the hill country from Lebanon to Misrephoth Maim, even all the Sidonians. I myself will drive them out from before the people of Israel. Only allot the land to Israel for an inheritance, as I have commanded you. Now therefore divide this land for an inheritance to the 9 tribes, and half the tribe of Manasseh. With the other half of the tribe of Manasseh, the Reubenites and the Gadites received their inheritance, which Moses gave them beyond the Jordan eastward, as Moses, the servant of the Lord, gave them from Aror, which is on the edge of the valley of Arnon, and the city that is in the middle of the valley, and all the tableland of the Medeba, as far as Dibon, and all the cities of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon, as far as the boundary of the Ammonites and Gilead, and the region of the Geshurites and Maccathites, and all Mount Hermon, and all Bashan and Salakah, all the kingdom of Og and Bashan, who reigned in Ashtaroth and the Edrei. He alone was left in the remnant of the Rephaim. These Moses had struck and driven out, yet the people of Israel did not drive out the Geshurites or the Maccathites, but Geshur and Maccath dwell in the midst of Israel to this day. To the tribe of Levi alone Moses gave no inheritance. The offerings by fire to the Lord God of Israel are their inheritance, as he said to them. And Moses gave an inheritance to the tribe of the people of Reuben according to their clans. So their territory was from Aror, which is on the edge of the valley of the Arnon, and the city that is in the middle of the valley, and all the tableland by Medeba, with Heshbon and all cities that are in the tableland, Dibon, Bamoth Baal, Beth Baal Meon, and Jahaz, Kedemoth, and Mephath, and Kiriathaim, and Sibmah, Zerah-Shahar, and the hill of the valley, and the Beth Peor, and the slopes of Pisgah, Beth Jeshemoth, that is, all the cities of the tableland, and the kingdom of Sihon, king of the Amorites, who reigned in Heshbon, whom Moses defeated with the leaders of Midian, Evi, Rechem, Zur, Hur, and Reba, the princes of Sihon, who lived in the land. Balaam, also the son of Beor, the one who practiced divination, was killed with the sword by the people of Israel, among the rest of their slain. In the border of the people of Reuben was the Jordan as a boundary. This was the inheritance of the people of Reuben according to their clans, with cities and villages. Moses gave an inheritance also to the tribe of Gad, to the people of Gad according to their clans. Their territory was Jazer, all the cities of Gilead, and half the land of the Ammonites, to Aroer, which is east of Rabbah, and from Heshbon to Ramoth Mizpah, Betanin, and from Manaim, to the territory of Debir, and all the valley of Beth Haram, Beth Nimrah, Sukkoth, Zaphon, and the rest of the kingdom of Sihon, king of Heshbon, having the Jordan as a boundary, to the lower end of the sea of Chinnereth, eastward beyond the Jordan. This is the inheritance of the people of Gad according to their clans, with their cities and villages. And Moses gave an inheritance to the half-tribe of Manasseh. It was allotted to the half-tribe of the people of Manasseh according to their clans. Their region extended from Manaim through all Bashan, the whole kingdom of Og, king of Bashan, and all the towns of Jair, which are in Bashan, 60 cities, and half Gilead, and Ashtaroth, and Edrei, cities of the kingdom of Og and Bashan. These were allotted to the people of Machir, the son of Manasseh, for half the people of Machir according to their clans. These are the inheritances that Moses distributed in the plains of Moab beyond the Jordan east of Jericho. But to the tribe of Levi Moses gave no inheritance. The Lord God of Israel is their inheritance, just as he said to them. Let's see. The way these chapters are reading, and it may seem boring just to see, who's getting what land and from where, and, it's not... this isn't, it may seem dry and boring, and this person got this, and these people got this land, and from here to there, but the way I read these, it's almost sounds like a legal description of property, and I deal with that all the time in what I do, and it's quite literally, it sounds like this, it describes a tract of land, and then like 400 feet east, 30 degrees southwest, and I describe this area, and sometimes it's more anecdotal, like it's not as precise, but it's that's how I'm reading these chapters. Here's God explaining what everybody's going to get in the 12 tribes of Israel, and anyone else who's created a treaty, or so it may come across to you as boring, but it really isn't, and I'm tempted to keep reading until I'm just kind of skimming. It seems like the rest of Joshua is going to be what's getting allotted, at least the next 8 chapters, which I'm not going to read 8 chapters right now, but what I'm telling you, though, is this is not, don't be bored from it. The Bible's not boring. It's sometimes why do I care? But you should care, because these lands are still there to this day. And a lot of times people would be like, oh, well, the Bible isn't true, and all that never happened, or there's biblical archaeology, and one of my Bibles, which I'll give to one of you kids, is the Archaeological Study Bible, and it has a ton of articles about ruins that will prove these verses, I don't know the verses in Joshua, but the verses in the very Old Testament, they back them up. And what are the chances of that, unless it's true? So I want you to keep that in mind. Chapter 14. I'm going to have a sip of this coffee. It's good coffee. These are the inheritances that the people of Israel received in the land of Canaan, which Eliezer, the priests, and Joshua the son of Nun, and the heads of the fathers' houses, the tribes of the people of Israel gave them to inherit. Their inheritance was by lot, just as the Lord had commanded, by the hand of Moses, for the 9 1/2 tribes. For Moses had given an inheritance to the 2 1/2 tribes beyond the Jordan. But to the Levites he gave no inheritance among them, for the people of Joseph were 2 tribes, Manasseh and Ephraim. And no portion was given to the Levites in the land, but only cities to dwell in, with their pasture lands for their livestock and their substance. The people of Israel did as the Lord commanded Moses. They allotted the land. Then the people of Judah came to Joshua at Gilgal, and Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, said to him, "You know what the Lord said to Moses, the man of God, in Kadesh Barnea, concerning you and me. I was 40 years old when Moses, the servant of the Lord, sent me from Kadesh Barnea to spy out the land, and I brought him word again, as it was in my heart. But my brothers who went up with me made the heart of the people melt, yet I wholly followed the Lord my God. And Moses swore on that day, saying, Surely the land on which your foot has trodden shall be an inheritance for you and your children forever, because you have wholly followed the Lord my God. And now behold, the Lord has kept me alive, just as he said, these 45 years, since the time that the Lord spoke this word to Moses, while Israel walked in the wilderness. And now behold, I am this day 85 years old. I am still as strong today as I was the day that Moses sent me. My strength now is as my strength was then, for war and for going and coming. So now give me this hill country of which the Lord spoke on that day, for you heard on that day how the Anakim were there, with great fortified cities. It may be that the Lord will be with me, and I shall drive them out just as the Lord said." Then Joshua blessed him and gave him Hebron, he gave Hebron to Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, for an inheritance. Therefore Hebron became an inheritance of Caleb, the son of Jephunneh, the Kenizzite, to this day, because he wholly followed the Lord, the God of Israel. Now the name of Hebron formerly was Kiriath Arba. Arba was the greatest man among the Anakim, and the land had rest from war. I love that story of Caleb. It's a great story. I can only imagine like this 85-year-old guy coming to Joshua, because he probably knows Joshua's giving out, he's allotting land to people in all these tribes, these 9 1/2 tribes. The other tribes have already been allotted land, and Caleb doesn't seem like a jerk. He just seems like, this is what I did, and I'm asking that I get this inheritance. And I'm sure it's not just for him. He's doing it because he wants it for his family. I mean, he's 85. How many more years can he live? Who knows? I mean, I don't even know what the life expectancy was back then. It couldn't have been 50. It had to be kind of weird, all these people living this long, but or maybe it wasn't. Maybe people live really long. I don't know. I'm just rambling. So I don't know if I should read through 15. Maybe I will. It's the allotment for Judah, the tribe of which David comes out of, and also Jesus. Let me take some sips. Let's see. Oh, great. I guess I can't sleep now. Your mom just texted me. That's not going to be good. Great, I have to deal with her being upset all day. Well, this is going to be great. This will be fine. Let's see. How much time do we... I'm going to pause on 15, because we're already at 20 minutes, and the last podcast I said it was like 9. Just telling a cute story. So, anyways. Oh, tired. Pray for me, kids. It's going to be a rough day if your mom can't sleep. I tried very hard not to wake her, but anyways. I love you, kids. I love you with all my heart. Please get along with each other and love each other. Support each other. And I'm not talking about financially. I'm just talking about support each other and in what you guys are doing, so long as it isn't like some sinful activity. And if I'm not around, or your mom is, if you guys are listening to this, like when you're in college or older, take care of your mom, okay? It's very important. Take care of her. In a few weeks, we're going to have my dad's services. And he did a good job taking care of my mom. And my stepmom did a good job taking care of my dad. But what I'm telling you is, and if your mom's gone and I'm not, check in on me. You don't have to house me. Just call me once a week, and I'll try and call you a lot more than that. But anyways, live your lives, honor God, and in everything you do it for the kingdom and the King.
Alone in my sorrow and dead in my sin, lost without hope, with no place to begin. Your love made a way to let mercy come in. When death was arrested and my life began, ash was redeemed, only beauty remains, and my orphan heart was given a name. My mourning grew quiet, my feet rose to dance. When death was arrested and my life began. Oh, your grace, so free, washes over me. You have made me new, now life begins with you. It's your endless love pouring down on us. You have made us new, now life begins with you. Released from my chains, I'm a prisoner no more. My shame was a ransom he faithfully bore. He canceled my debt and he called me his friend. When death was arrested and my life began. Oh, your grace, so free, washes over me. You have made me new, now life begins with you. It's your endless love pouring down on us. You have made us new, now life begins with you. Our Savior displayed on a criminal's cross. Darkness rejoiced as though heaven had lost. But then Jesus